D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I'm going to be reading you to do this video, and you can read them for yourself again, or you can just watch this video and, you can, listen to what I got to say and everything. All right. So before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right. So now that I got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? And it looks like all 3 of my stories today are dealing with casting. This article comes from Deadline, my favorite. It says, Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell to star in Sony Rom-Com from Will Gluck. And that is Sydney Sweeney. And she's from Euphoria. It'll say it in the article, but she's from Euphoria. If you don't watch that show, she's really good. I like her a lot. And then Glen Powell is from the latest one was that Top Gun Maverick, where he's looking extra like spicy. Excuse me. Sorry, it's the bubbly water. Okay, so it says Will Gluck is getting back to his rom-com roots and looks to have landed 2 of the most sought-after stars in town for his next project. Sources tell Deadline that Sony Pictures has acquired an Untitled R-rated romantic comedy. I wonder what R-rated means. Are we going to see some naughty business? With Sydney Sweeney and I just want to say Sweeney Todd with her. Okay, so Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell set to star and Gluck directed. And his name is Gluck. That's so funny. Okay. While the plot is being kept under wraps, of course it is, the project is based on Ilana Walpert's script, which Gluck is rewriting. It's probably because it's bad. Joe Roth and Jeff Kurtzenbank and Gluck, with his Olive Bridge Entertainment and First Look deal at Sony, are producing, with Sweeney executive producing. Okay. Nobody cares about that crap of who's producing. They always put that crap in here like we care. Sony landed the coveted package at the end of last year. And if you don't know what a package is, I'll break it down a little bit, but I did do a video on it and I'll leave it in the iCard section. But a package is basically like, they'll gather up the stars of they'll usually get like a star or 2. They'll get a script, and then they'll get all the little moving parts, package it up into a package about one deal. Then they'll go to the studio and they'll be like, listen, I have this rom-com with Sydney Sweeney and this Powell guy, and Gluck is going to direct. Here's this, we have the script, everything's good to go, you just have to buy it. And then everybody's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's see. Sony landed the coveted package at the end of last year, and after figuring out Sweeney's schedule with her Euphoria dates, shooting is expected to start at the end of next month. Following her Emmy-nominated work on HBO's Euphoria and The White Lotus, Sweeney has spent her Euphoria hiatus building up an impressive upcoming slate, starting with the Sony Marvel pick, Madam Web. That production finished last year and began a new strong relationship with the studio and budding star, as Sony would then land the rights to the package, the registration that she is attached to star and produce. See, that's how it's done these days. You don't get a movie going and then go find your stuff. You usually get all your stuff going and then get somebody to pay for it. She is also attached to executive produce and star in a new Barbarella movie at Sony Pictures. Did I do a story on that? I think I did a video on that. If I did, I'll leave it in the archive section. Let's see. With the Fifth Sea, Barbarella partnered with Fifth Season to produce a TV adaptation of The Player's Table. Never heard of it. She also recently wrapped production on National Anthem. I don't know what that is either. I'm a little behind the loop on my Sydney Sweeney news. For Powell, the film returns him to his rom-com roots as well after his career was launched and Netflix set it up opposite Zoe Deutsch. I love Zoe Deutsch. She's great. He is coming off a big 2022 starting with Top Gun Maverick. He also, where he looked very sexy on that bitch thing. He also recently co-starred with Jonathan Majors and executive produced the historical war epic Devotion for Sony. Didn't see it. Additionally, he will team with Chris Morgan for the sci-fi action thriller Deputy X for Universal, and has signed on to the buddy comedy Foreign Relations, where he will star alongside Nick Jonas. That's going to be terrible because Nick Jonas can't act. Best known for his comedies, Easy A, love that movie, and Friends with Benefits, not so much. Gluck is currently developing End of the World, an action comedy he wrote with Chris Bremer, and with Gluck, which Gluck will direct, and Just Dance for Ubisoft, whatever. Sorry, there was a creature running through my backyard. I got all distracted. Gluck is adapting Chameleon Hollywood Con Queen for Noah Pink for Peacock, which he will direct and produce. This guy's directing and producing a lot of stuff. I don't understand when he's going to get to this rom-com. When is everybody getting to this rom-com? They're all doing stuff. Anyways, he is also producing the Blacklist topping Move On, a sci-fi romance with Ken Kabashi, I don't know, for Sony, and a live action adaptation for Aristocrats for Disney. Jeez, oh Pete, that's going to be terrible. Aristocrats for Disney, a live action version. Did anybody see Lion King? It wasn't that great. Wolpert is the executive story editor for season 4 of High School Musical, the musical. Oh yeah, we just all love that. The series at Disney Plus. She is developing her original series Turn of the Century Teenage Witch with Animal Pictures, Maya Rudolph and Natasha Lyonne. Polly Lou. Nobody cares about all this stuff. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I read all that nonsense, and you know what? I just want to be like, nobody cares, guys. Like, nobody cares. Okay, so all in all, I think this sounds good. I like rom-coms, but not like on the daily. I'll watch one every now and then. My wife likes them, so I'll watch them with her, and I'll be like, oh, that was cute and everything, but I don't need to watch another one for a little while. But I do like these people. I mean, Easy A is like amazing. Love that movie. So I mean, I didn't like Friends with Benefits that much, but we'll see, and then these two people, they're both hot. So I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll have, at least a decent hit on their hands. So I don't think they're going wrong with this one. And I think, it's a good for all of them. I hope I hope this does well. And yeah. All right, you guys. So that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, ooh, you guys, Hogwarts Legacy is getting that voice cast going on, and they have cast Simon Pegg. But who have they cast him as? You already saw it from the thumbnail. But we're gonna read this right now. I know that Hogwarts Legacy is enveloped in controversy right now because of J.K. Rowling, and the fact that people are just like, if you buy this game, you're giving her money and you're supporting her. I just want to say real quick before I get started on this article, like I am tempted to go buy this game. I do not play video games right now, and I do not have a system. Like, I don't have a PS5. But I'm half tempted to go buy a PS5 and just so I can play this game. And then once I'm done with this game, I don't know what I'm going to do with that PS5, but I won't be keeping it because I have no interest in anything else. So, all right, let me read this article, and then I have more opinions on stuff when it comes to this game. But I do want to read the article, and I don't want you guys to just bail after you hear my opinion. Anyways, Hogwarts Legacy developer Avalanche Software announced the cast of its upcoming Wizarding RPG, but it's not just actors' names worth watching out for. New characters have been announced, offering a glance at what players can expect to encounter in the 19th century take on the school of witchcraft and wizardry. My apologies. I just needed a little lubricant for my throat. Yeah, you did, naughty. Okay, so it says, among the new additions, Simon Pegg takes the center stage as Hogwarts Headmaster Phineas Nigellus Black. Ooh. If you don't remember, I think they mentioned it here, but if you don't remember in the movie, but mostly in the book, when he's obviously a headmaster, so his portrait is in the headmaster's office, but he's also a portrait at the Ministry of Magic. And then when Mr. Weasley is attacked by Nagini, because he's guarding the prophecy room, that it's his portrait that they're able to talk to get people at the whole him get him picked up and everything. All right, now moving on. And Andy talks to Harry in the last book. Also, they didn't do that in the movie. They should have done that. An ancestor of the original series, beloved Sirius Black. The Slytherin headmaster will make for a different headmaster than we're used to in the friendly, if mysterious, Dumbledore. The casting only adds to Pegg's growing roster of appearances in popular fantasy media, including Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars. And that's not the only returning name. Ooh. The voice of Leslie Nicole, I think that's how you say his name, Downton Abbey. I only seen a little bit of that show. Professor Matilda Weasley joins the staff at Hogwarts as deputy headmistress. She'll be teaching alongside seer and divination teacher Professor Onai, I don't know that one, voiced by Candace Kane, and Muggle-born astronomy professor Satyavati Saha. I don't know how to say that name, but I don't know these people. I don't know these people in terms of like Harry Potter goes. Yeah, I didn't study the staff, the past staff of Hogwarts. Anyways, what's more, we now know that players will be able to select between the voices of Sebastian Croft and Amelia Gething when creating their witch or wizard. Croft made his television debut in 2016 as young Ned Stark in Game of Thrones and recently starred as the bully Ben in Netflix's queer teen romance Heartstopper. Gething wrote and starred in the infamous BBC show The Amelia Gething Complex after gaining a following on social media for her acting and comedy. I don't know her. Avalanche was also excited to announce Luke Youngblood, the actor of Potterwatch host and noted Quidditch commentator Lee Jordan, returns to Hogwarts as the Ravenclaw student alongside WandaVision star Asif Ali. Okay, good for them. And voice actor Jason Anthony will voice Gryffindor's resident ghost, Nearly Headless Nick, as well as the iconic Sorting Hat, originally voiced by the late Leslie Phillips in the films Nearly Headless Nick and Sir Nicholas de Mimsy, whatever. Anyways, to be reprised was portrayed by John Cleese in the first two films. Hogwarts Legacy launches on PS5, Xbox Series, on February 10th. The game will also make its way to the PS4 and Xbox One on April and Nintendo Switch on July 25th. Now, I just have to say right now, all right, two things. One, like I said before, good for these people that got all these acting. Like I said, most of these people I just know. I know Simon Pegg. And that's why I'm covering it. But I have to say, as far as the game goes, like I said, it looks great. Every time I watch something like the gameplay thing or just like the trailer or whatnot, it looks fantastic. And I'm all like, I am excited. And yeah, like I think it looks really, really good. And like I said before, I'm half tempted to go buy a PS5 or now a PS4 just so I can play this game, because I'm like, I'm so excited for it. It looks great. I'm so excited. Now, as far as the controversy goes for J.K. Rowling, I've done this in a couple of videos, and I'll do it in this one. I do not care about her controversies outside of the Harry Potter verse. I don't care. I've been told by my eldest brother that if I buy anything Harry Potter related that's sanctioned by Warner Brothers or whatnot, that I'm she gets money and therefore I agree with her takes. First off, I don't agree with everything she says, but I'm on her side with her latest controversy that she is. But even if I wasn't, I do not care. I'm going to buy Harry Potter stuff. And if you don't like that, then like you don't buy it. How about that? So then and the games community is just really, there's just a bunch of activists. They're trying to get people to not buy this game. And I go, what do you care if people buy this game or not? And I mean, like, and some people are just like buying 2 copies just to be like, whatever, I don't care what you say. I'm going to make sure that I get this kind of thing. I just think it's funny, and people like get all upset over pretty much nothing. And then they just look like fools. But good for Simon Pegg, even though he like said that what did he say? He said She-Hulk was like the best Marvel show. And I'm all like, oh, what a bad take. I mean, the best Marvel show? Get the hell out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. But hey, whatever. Good for him. I hope this all works out. All right. And that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, you guys, this comes from Deadline, my favorite. And this one's just a smaller story and everything, but I thought it was fun and I needed a third story. I mean, I had a third story, but I dipped it for this one because, yeah. But this one, and it's, about casting and stuff. So William H. Macy rounds out Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Jesus, cast for 20th Century. Used to be 20th Century Fox. That's William H. Macy. If you don't know who he is. He's on that show Shameless, or was, because it's over with. Okay, so it says William H. Macy is joining 20th Century Fox's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Man, they really need to work on that. Starring Owen Teague, Fiera Allen, and Peter Macon. Westball on board to direct. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes starts an all-new chapter in the Apes saga, picking up many years after the conclusion of 2017's War of the Planet of the Apes, which really wasn't that great, and it kind of was just like, I don't know. There's some of their stuff, and they're like logic is not the right word, but it just didn't make sense. Anyways, the screenplay is by Josh Friedman, Rick Jaffa, and Amanda Silver, and Patrick Asen. I don't know how to say. Joe Hartwig Jr., Jaffa Silverman, and Jason Reed are the film's producers, with Peter Who Cares. It's unknown who Macy will be playing in the pick. He's probably going to play a human being. Planet of the Apes is one of the 20th Century Studios' most popular and enduring franchises, amassing more than $1.7 billion in worldwide box office, based on a novel by Pierre Boel. The first film in the series was released by then 20th Century Fox in 1968 and went on to become one of the year's biggest hits, winning a Special Academy Award. It was followed by 4 theatrical specials and 2 TV series, a remake, Planet of the Apes. Oh, wasn't that bad? Directed by Tim Burton. Now, that was bad. I mean, there was some stuff that I liked about it, but it was bad. Was released in 2001, and the 2011 reboot Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which, I mean, that movie wasn't good in my opinion, except for that last fight sequence, but whatever. In 2000, was followed by 2 sequels, 2014's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was okay, but I mean, again, not that great. And then 2017's War of the Planet of the Apes, which, I mean, that one was good for certain things, but it just, they're all just okay at most for me personally. Macy is coming off his Emmy-nominated work on the Showtime series Shameless. Yep. Following the end of the series' 11-season run, he was most recently seen in Hulu's Emmy-winning limited series The Dropout, which was very good, by the way. I suggest you go watch that. He is repped by Who Cares. So I think I don't really know too much about this movie, and I mean, like, I'm not really like all in on Planet of the Apes. Like, that's not something that I'm like a huge, like, I stand for. But I will be seeing it, when it comes out, because I mean, who doesn't like, big giant, CGI apes fighting humans and talking and stuff. Plus, I love the original film. with Charleston Heston. Is Charleston Heston? Anyways, it doesn't matter. But I think, I don't know, maybe William H. Macy should play the bad guy. That'd be fun. You think that'd be fun? But yeah, I like William H. Macy. And I think he's a good actor. So I say this is a good. But other than that, I mean, like, I'm not, like I said, I don't really like hate this series. I'm just like, no, this is not something for me that I just go, oh my God, I got to know everything about this movie. But yeah, I hope that it's good though. You know, I hope it's better than the other three, because the other three were just very like medium for me. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, that was my last story, and those are all three of my stories. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell being cast in this rom-com being directed by Will Gluck? You know, are you a fan of Will Gluck's movies? I love Easy A, like I said before. And I'm Friends with Benefits wasn't the greatest movie, but it was fine. But I do like this Glen Powell, and I love Sydney Sweeney. I can't wait to see her in that Spider Web movie, that Madam Web movie. But I do, yeah, good for all of them, and I'll probably watch it. And then how do you feel about Simon Pegg joining the Hogwarts Legacy cast, the voice cast? And then how do you feel about that he's going to be playing Phineas Nigellus Black? I think it's pretty cool. And I mean, I definitely, like I said before, I don't know if I'm going to buy the game, but I am so freaking tempted. It's ridiculous. And then finally, how do you guys feel about William H. Macy joining the cast of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Is this something that you're interested in, this movie? Or are you just, sorry about my dog, or are you just, you know, are you just like me and you're just like, cool, I'll watch it, but I'm not like gonna like be all like, oh my gosh, about it. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys think about this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.